More specifically, we've got mathematics, something it's likely that any intelligent extraterrestrial species would need to in some way understand to develop technology. So we could try breaking down barriers with numbers. Again, the first goal would be to find what we have in common, perhaps by identifying and comparing basic units of measurement, by applying them to the most fundamental physical aspects of their and our worlds, the mass of objects, the distance between here and there, the periods during which a star is visible in the sky, for example. Once we each have a grip on what numbers mean for each other, we could develop a scale through which we can translate everything else, a Rosetta Stone of sorts where we start to forge meaning. Naturally, there are issues here too. Our numbers are not their numbers. Our number 9 looks and means what it does, but it's alien and meaningless to anything that isn't human. And we wouldn't be able to refer to our numbers as numbers because that'd be just as absurd. Mathematics is more simply a way of quantifying the universe, and it's applicable in every sector of the galaxy that beings are likely to live in, because the laws of nature are the same everywhere. In this way, it does at least offer a link between humans and anything else. Once we have that link, we, since we have the ability to see, could begin to decipher how the beings in front of us communicate with one another. Because once we knew that, even if we ourselves couldn't replicate it, we'd have begun to understand even more. In this way, it's not too dissimilar to how we understand other animal species on Earth. We can't speak to dogs, for example, but we can see if they're happy, scared, tired, or irritated. And the possibilities are pretty endless here. Certain movements might mean certain things, or changes in color, changes in shape, or particular noises. Honeybees, for example, communicate concepts like distance and flight time through intricate waggle dances, where they position themselves relative to the sun and fly in a deliberate figure-of-8 pattern. Humans have figured that out after years of study, and we'd face endless similar challenges with a creature from another planet. First, we'd need a grip on the basics, and then we'd drill down into the specifics, and honeybee-style visuals could prove the key. Through our current understanding of the natural world, we could make sense of the other, but also present ourselves in a universal and intelligible way. Frank Drake, with the help of Carl Sagan, created the Arecibo message with this idea in mind. It was a pictographic representation of basic human concepts, which was sent out toward the globular star cluster M13 in 1974. It depicts various aspects of human civilization, including our numbers from 1 to 10, information about DNA, and a human figure of average height, but is represented in binary code to standardize the data. When translated, it forms basic pictures, or visuals, of all of that information. It will take another 25,000 years before the Arecibo message arrives at its destination, thanks again to the enormity of space. And there's no telling whether it would or wouldn't work, but it's one way that scientists have found to one day speak to aliens.